Hello, 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 hello. Oh, so I just got off of Instagram Live and I said, I got to come to Facebook because, first of all, I'm getting started right away. And I know some folks are going to get some notifications, which is fine. I just really hate watching videos of people being stagnant and not really engaging or talking. So while you guys are getting notifications, I am going to go ahead and get started. And I want to say this, it has been an incredible outpour of love for our documentary trailer that I just released today. And it was some technical stuff happening, and that's probably because of the format of the trailer. But nonetheless, it is out there, and I'm so excited. I know I'll give you a little bit of history about how this all came to be. Well, you guys pretty much know. Somebody, I don't want to make a inappropriate joke, but I was just about to. So I said, who died and made you an expert? Well, no, but seriously, um, my brain from the time Aaliyah, um, was shot has been on fire. I mean, I've been coming up with so many things. Hey, Sarita, thank you for joining. And, my brain was just nonstop. And I think crisis kind of puts you into that mode of, trying to figure out ways to cope. And so for me, I know for me, I don't know much, but I do know how to work. I'm a workhorse. And so I know that's not many people's ways of dealing with things, but for me, it was. And I knew because of my background and my history that, as long as I stay in motion, then things will start to snowball. I knew that, right? So the documentary actually, I had 10,000 things on my brain. My son, my oldest son, Rashawn, many of you are becoming familiar with Rashawn or are familiar with Rashawn. He actually brought the documentary to me and to others, and he said, Mom, I don't care about anything else. I don't want people to forget about my sister. And um, for me, it's like say less, you know. So we actually started to sit down and have meetings pretty, I want to say, within a few months after Ali was shot. And then 6 months after the shooting, we started filming. So we've been working on this thing for about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half now. And I mean, you all are getting scenes from pretty fresh. I mean, 2 years is still pretty fresh, right? People can say like this is like, whew, I cannot believe all of this is happening in 2 years, but everything that I do is with intention and with purpose. Um, so the documentary isn't about exploiting our situation, but highlighting and exposing, right? Because if we are not confronting the problem, we can never find a solution. And I am always so solution oriented. Like, I don't care about the circumstances. What are we going to do about it? And if anybody can kind of see what I've been doing. Yes, this happened, but what am I going to do about it? That's always my thought pattern as I handle life and its challenges. It happened. Now what? What am I going to do? So with that said, hey, Tasha, thank you for joining. With that said, we knew that we wanted to do the documentary to raise awareness, to educate, I never, ever, ever, ever want another mother to experience and carry this pain with them, because losing a child, especially to violence, is a pain like no other. And if I can do my part to raise that awareness, to see the change, here's the thing. Many people have been asking me, um, they've been asking me about justice. You hit justice, or you, like, they'll ask me things like, does that comfort you, or do you feel like none of those things matter to me. Like, I don't care. I don't care about focusing my energy on how these people will spend the rest of their days. The way I see justice, and I'm going to be 100% transparent at this moment, the way that I see justice for my child losing her life is to see things around me change. Show me that her life meant something and you did something about it. That's my justice, right? Seeing our communities transform, that's my justice. Not whether or not somebody is going to be in jail or on an ankle monitor, or I don't care about any of those things. That doesn't move me. So this is exactly why I move the way that I do, because for me, and I know this is not everybody's opinion, and I'm not saying that I'm holier than thou. Please believe me, I'm not. What I am saying is I refuse. I refuse. Hear me clearly, to have my daughter's death be in vain. I just refuse to. And so, with that said, what am I going to do to ensure that I carry out her light? What am I going to do to ensure that not another mother is inducted to this god awful club? Is our work, and I do this thing, and this documentary is another example of that. And so, I thank you guys for your support. I'm seeing comments, I'm seeing messages, I'm getting a lot of messages, and I'm thankful. But this is just the beginning. This is just the start. When the full documentary is released, and as I said before, we have been working on this thing for over a year and a half. And just recently, as Aaliyah Day, July 2nd, I had our videographers out there, and they're filming and capturing more footage of things that we're going to add into the documentary 2 years later. So these things are happening. This is my real life. I can't script this. And believe me, if I could, this would not even be happening. I'm telling you right now, I would have my baby here. I would not have to see her only when I am, I'm not going to go there. There's so much, guys. There's so much. I just really, really hope and pray that things begin to move. And they are. And I know they are. I see them as moving. I'm not delusional because, and here's the thing, even if I am delusional, in my delusion, I gotta say this, in my delusion, if all of this can happen while being delusional, then y'all might as well just be delusional too, because this is the only way that we begin to see the real change that we need to see. Is it starts with us. I've said this all the time, but I thank you guys. I feel like I went on a rant. This actually was a Q&A. So if you've seen the documentary trailer, have any questions for me about anything, this is the time to ask. I forget. I know Facebook doesn't really keep the lives up for after 30 days. I don't know if I'm going to take this down or not, but um, that's what this video was about. I thank you guys for your support. If you have any questions, again, now would be the time to ask me about anything. One of the biggest things I used to tell my children, because of how I grew up and the things that I faced as I was growing up, is I don't embarrass easily. I just don't. I just, that's not a thing for me, because I done been through too much stuff. And for me, when you release that shame and guilt and that bondage, you are able to move in ways that many people, you just can't, because they're holding on to hiding. And for me, again, I look at things as, listen, if you, I'm going to say something inappropriate. I know I am, but you take a crap just like I take a crap every day. That means we are equal, right? That means there is no big U's, little me's, that, right? Nobody's on a pedestal. So I put everybody on the same playing field. I respect everybody, but just know I don't see anybody as above or beneath me, right? And I say that because why would I feel shame when you have your own cross to bear? That's just a fact. Why would I feel like I need to hide from you when you have your own stuff and I got stuff, right? So this is what I mean. So I hope somebody gets delivered from that, from the opinions of others, for the fear and anxiety that they create around other people, you know, thoughts of opinions about them. Let it go, because believe me, they will never give you their full plate. They will only give you the highlight reel. So you want to be mindful of that. And with that said, that was a good side. It was a side note, but it was a good side. With that said, I thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will talk to you very soon. Good night.